The royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special, so unique, and so spectacular, where it becomes the rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever, then you will have a royal experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire. This is truly the royal experience. When you dream of a different world, beyond the ordinary, beyond time, discover just how far you'll go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience.
This is Everton.
This is Jack Harrison. Harrison, it's in!
Towards O'Reilly, and Hermansen had it, lost it, and Marmoush picks up the pieces.
You're watching Eswatini TV News at 10. I am Notsulis Tolia alongside Stelo Gunene. First, here's a look at our headlining stories tonight. His Majesty King Mswati III says since 2025 was declared the year for transformation in Eswatini, the kingdom needs to strengthen bilateral relations with countries such as Saudi Arabia. Her Royal Highness Princess Sakizo says fairs such as the Made in Eswatini Consumer Fair play a significant role in fighting poverty in communities and boosting the country's economy. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thuli Dladla, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen Mother, has handed over a house to an elderly man of Maqetsheni. And now the news in detail. His Majesty King Mswati III says since 2025 was declared the year for transformation in Eswatini, the kingdom needs to strengthen bilateral relations with countries such as Saudi Arabia because they also have a transformation program put in place. His Majesty was speaking at Lozita Palace when receiving letters of credence from the two countries.
The first ambassador to arrive at Lozita Palace to present his letters of credence was His Excellency Faisal Al-Habi, the ambassador designate of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Bilateral relations between the two kingdoms has seen significant growth marked by enhanced diplomatic engagements and cooperative agreements across various sectors.
Your Majesty, I please present Ambassador Designate from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Your Majesty, please.
Presenting the letters of credence to His Majesty King Mswati III, His Excellency Faisal Al-Habi pointed out that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia deeply values the friendly relations and growing cooperation with the Kingdom of Eswatini.
It is with a great honor and deep appreciation that I stand before Your Majesty today to present the letters of credence by which the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, has appointed me as an ambassador, extraordinary, and plenipotentiary to the Kingdom of Eswatini. Under the leadership of the King Salman and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Saudi Arabia is pursuing an ambitious vision for transformation and global engagement, Vision 2030. Within this vision, the kingdom seeks to strengthen its relations with the African nations, including the Kingdom of Eswatini, based in mutual respect, shared interest, and sustainable development.
Receiving the letters of credence, His Majesty King Mswati III said, since the King declared 2025 as the year of transformation, the Kingdom of Eswatini needs to strengthen bilateral relations with countries such as Saudi Arabia because they also have a transformation program that they have put in place.
It's very important, and we are looking forward that let us cooperate more in this, and let's hear more about how we can work together and even improve the conditions and the cooperation that already exist between our two countries. Of course, we take the opportunity to thank your country for the support in many, many initiatives that the Kingdom of Eswatini has been engaged in. The support which you have contributed certainly goes a very, very long way. We are, of course, here in the Kingdom also engaged in a transformation program. When I opened Parliament this year, I declared that 2025 is a year of transformation in the economy, in the social welfare, and all the others, and so on. So we have a very strong program, but we, of course, are doing everything as a Maswati. We know that alone it is not possible, but working with others like your country as partners, there can be a lot of achievements that we should certainly be able to achieve. So we are looking forward that now that you are based here, or you have now presented the letters of credency, there will be more and more exchange of a program in culture and also other sectors that may be identified. We wish to give you an assurance that we will give you all the necessary support as the ambassador whilst you carry out the duties of Saudi Arabia.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has developed over the years as the country is expected to host the World Expo 2030 and the FIFA World Cup in 2034. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia with Tabiso Dlamini and Sambulo Masugu at Lozita Palace.
His Majesty King Mswati III says world countries need each other, hence there is a need for the strengthening of bilateral relations between them. His Majesty was speaking during the presentation of letters of credence at Lozita Palace.
The second ambassador to arrive at Lozita Palace to present her letters of credence was Her Excellency Sarah Nichols of Canada. The relationship between Canada and the Kingdom of Eswatini is one of the long-standing friendships and mutual respect dating back to 1968. Her Excellency Sarah Nichols reaffirmed Canada's commitment to strengthening the bilateral relations between the countries.
Your Majesty, the relationship between Canada and Eswatini is one of long-standing friendship and mutual respect dating back to 1968. I am here today to reaffirm Canada's commitment to strengthening our bilateral ties and exploring new avenues of cooperation on the global stage. Canada and Eswatini share a commitment to upholding a rules-based international order that benefits all, especially the most vulnerable. Collaboration at the United Nations and within the Commonwealth provides an opportunity to address global challenges while promoting peace and security together. Alongside international partners, Canada is working in support of the health, education, economic growth, and climate action ambitions of the government of Eswatini.
Receiving the letters of credence, His Majesty King Mswati III said world countries need to strengthen relations because they need each other in order for the world to develop.
Canada and Eswatini have been now friends for many, many years, and we are looking forward that through your appointment as the new High Commissioner, we are going to build a lot of bridges and ties, cooperation between our two countries, and especially because both our countries are members of the Commonwealth, the UN, and other organizations which are there in the world. Working together is, of course, very, very important. In today's world, it has been clear that no country on its own can survive any situation, but all countries of the world must come together, must work together, must share a lot of ideas and experience together, so that all mankind can benefit a lot, and especially because the United Nations has set some goals for all countries of the world that by 2030 we should have advanced all our countries, and of course sharing of information in a lot of these things in these areas is of absolutely importance, and therefore we are looking forward to share a lot of experience through yourself, High Commissioner from Canada. We know Canada is one of the countries which has really advanced a lot in the economy, in the social welfare, and so on. As a country here in Eswatini, which is still developing, we are looking forward that we are going to tap a lot of information from there.
Both countries are members of world organizations such as the Commonwealth and the United Nations. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia with Tabiso Dlamini and Sambulo Masugu at Lozita Palace.
Her Royal Highness Princess Sakizwe says fairs such as the Made in Eswatini Consumer Fair play a significant role in fighting poverty in communities and boosting the country's economy. The Princess was speaking during the official unveiling of the Made in Eswatini Consumer Fair logo.
I wish to extend sincere appreciation to all our sponsors and partners who have responded positively and generously to the call. Your support is not just timely, it is transformative. You are helping by laying a solid foundation for the growth and sustainability of small enterprises across the country. In the spirit of celebrating His Majesty's birthday with the rest of the nation on this day, I was delighted to hear that consumers will enjoy limited time discounts on the day of the fair, a gesture that allows consumers to save money while supporting local entrepreneurs. Platforms like this are powerful catalysts. They help increase the visibility of local businesses, stimulate business growth, and promote consumer awareness and appreciation for what we make right here at home. Most importantly, they play a vital role in driving economic growth and poverty reduction in our communities.
Mbabane Municipal Council Chief Executive Officer Gciniwe Fakutse says on the day of the Made in Eswatini Consumer Fair, Sishai Road, which usually experiences heavy traffic daily, will be closed.
One of the things we're also trying to do is also teach Amaswati that in terms of lidolobha li-ownwa nguwonke muntu, vehicular, pedestrian, all modes. And that day we want to close a street that is typically a street that has high traffic volumes. But on that day, we want to see traffic here banned walking on feet, because we're trying to also introduce a culture of pedestrianized movement at Dolopen, where people can literally cycle to town to do their shopping, walk to town to do their shopping, jog to town, come with my dog to do my shopping. So sifuna lo pedestrianize lesitalati lese, so that eMaswati aqale ukujwayela ukuthi Dr. Sishai can really be a pedestrian street if you think about it.
Lucky Piri from the company Lactalis speaks on behalf of all companies that are sponsoring the fair.
Opportunities like these are vital in growing not just our businesses, but the pride of products made in Eswatini. We look forward to seeing many of you, if not every one of you, there on the day.
The Made in Eswatini Consumer Fair will be held on the 25th of this month, and all products will be available at prices lower than usual. Reporting Fortune Dlangamandla with Vuminkosi Nzinisa Mbabane.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thuli Dladla, on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen Mother, has handed over a house at Macecheni to Majahagangwane Magongo, an elderly man whose house was in a dilapidated state.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Thuli Dladla, says Amaswati are loved by royalty. The Deputy Prime Minister said this during the handover of Majahagangwane Magongo's house, which was constructed by the help of the Queen Ndlovukazi Mhlekazi.
Wona ngeke aphuma hamba udendele. Thine uma singafuni liyafa leli. Bese uyamangala ukuthi asifuni nje 7 labani kahle. Kufanele sisukume sibambane. Sitokhona ukuthi eMaswati angathi hana savelelwa na. Sitawuchubeka siwagcebe. Siwendele. Ngoba nawo ala emva kwethu. Asishonani le. Nibone ukuthi sive sami sikahle.
Majahagangwane Magongo extended his gratitude.
Ngibonga kakhulu uNdlovukazi emhlaba eyadilela ukuthi cha abantu abami cha baphelelanga la futhi abaphinde baphelele la ufuna baphelele sebahlele endleleni ephephile kude lokunye lesithi uNkulunkulu uyakupha kona kanti uNkulunkulu uyathi lekamfihlele kona.
Macecheni Chief Prince Mshengu says this house will go a long way in ensuring the safety of Magongo, whom was using a house that could have collapsed at any given time.
Usitshela ngalokho sobala lokuthi lokho kusenhlitiyweni yawe emakhosi. Kusenhlitiyweni yayo ingwenyama. Kusenhlitiyweni yayo indlovukazi ukuthi wonke umuntu lo khanza ukuthi ukhona evele lo sesimeni la khona ude luphahla lo luphilile ungathi angaba noluphahla.
The Deputy Prime Minister emphasized that eMaswati needs to continue working hand in hand and also uplifting each other for the development of Eswatini. Reporting, I am Tembelihle Makuchwa at Macecheni.
The Honourable Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Manqoba Khumalo, says more needs to be done to empower artists, innovators and content creators with the right intellectual property rights information. The Honourable Minister was speaking during the commemoration of the World Intellectual Property Day.
The Kingdom of Eswatini on Wednesday joined the world in celebrating World Intellectual Property Day. The Honourable Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Manqoba Khumalo, says most creatives are unaware of their intellectual property rights.
Too often, creators, particularly emerging and independent artists, are not always aware of their rights, and they may lack the tools to protect them. The theme of today's gathering, Feel the Beat of IP, is both timely and symbolic. It reminds us that intellectual property is not just legal jargon. It is alive in every melody. It pulses through the rhythm of the music industry. When creators feel the beat of IP, they are empowered to own their art and assert ownership over their creations, build sustainable businesses and professional careers.
Eswatini Copyrights and Neighboring Rights Society Executive Director Meli Hlanze echoed the Honourable Minister's words on the importance of recognizing intellectual property rights.
I would say the music boom is where we saw really the music industry evolving in terms of its commercialization, because around this time, this is when we started to see a lot of countries as well adopting copyright laws in order to protect these works that would be put on the vinyls, cassettes, and the CDs. And we started to see as well a boom in broadcasting.
Local singer and composer Polocha says life of artists and creatives in the Kingdom of Eswatini is hard.
The industry yethu inemanga kakhulu. Lokhu engibona la ngathi ngiyagwabula ekhaya ebhodweni akunalutho. But we always appear majestic.
He says they cannot even afford basics, yet they wake up each and every day and entertain eMaswati.
Bantwa bethu abanalutho baxosha etikolweni. There is no medical aid. We can't afford funeral cover. We can't do nothing.
On the same note, the Kingdom of Eswatini in 2018 enacted the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Act. Reporting Samgal Swekoza and Smuva Shongwe, Babane.
The Honourable Minister of Agriculture, Mandla Chauka, has emphasized the urgent need to strengthen investment in the agricultural sector, especially in the production of quality seeds. The Honourable Minister was speaking during the African Union Seed Learning and Sector Development meeting.
To ensure food security in Africa, the Kingdom of Eswatini hosted a two-day seed learning and sector development meeting with African Union member states. The Honourable Minister of Agriculture, Mandla Chauka, officially closing the meeting, saying public-private partnerships is key to enhancing the use of proper seeds in Africa.
What we need is to get into what is the next important phase of this whole initiative. And that phase is concrete steps that are going to make sure that we've got tangible results, which in this case are quality seeds in the hands of farmers. For this, I know we will require the commitments from governments across our motherland. I would like to state that as a representative of the government of Eswatini, we pledge our support and we pledge our commitment to this initiative and other initiatives in this way.
African Union Commissioner of Agriculture and Sustainable Development, Moses Vilagati, says Africa needs to come together and harmonize quality seeds.
There is a need for adoption of the continental framework for seed system harmonization in Africa. Secondly, the commitment to establish regional seed hubs, which are very, very critical. and also the launch of the African Seed Trade Digital Platform, also the strengthening of public-private partnerships.
The meeting deliberated on sustainable solutions for quality seeds and food sovereignty in Africa. Reporting Samgalsiwe Koza, Mbabane.
And now let's have a look at our financial indicators.
Standard Bank.
And moving on with the bulletin, the Public Accounts Committee is raising red flags over questionable procurement of unclear pricing of a lost microphone and a generator by the Elections and Boundaries Commission. The honourable members were speaking during a session with the Elections and Boundaries Commission on Wednesday.
Ikhona microphone ya 184,000. Yes, lad. Kwagangwa la. Kwadliwa imali la. It cannot.
Office now lo sekuyalahleka kunama CCTV cameras but uyahluleka nalokwasebenzisa ukuthi sibone ngeke ahlala ngabonakali lokuthi lo WhatsApp naka khona.
There is a missing PA microphone 184,000. It is kubhalela kule query lokuthi there is a PA microphone 184,000 say missing ngenyalo.
Le ngimangaliswa nangina police report ukuthi khona emaphoyiseni abakafikini babuda ukuthi bekubitwa ngabobani emagama ako lokhu kwenda ke ungazuthina le police report bese kwendelwa nje ukuthi ngoma siya ka PAC sicela manje kube khona nisibhalela kona.
EBC Head of Secretariat Komsile Dlamini, together with former Stores Nkululeko Hlophe, gave clarity on this matter.
This is the entire PA system. The cost at 184. Yago konke lokho.
Bangibude amaphoyisa say hlophe nawudazwa i-miking malini. So a rough estimate note.
They say the microphone in question did not cost 184,000 emalangeni as reported, and the matter is with the police. However, police PAC stakeholder Ntombikayize Dlamini said with the information provided to the police, a success of the investigation is unlikely.
Item ngayinye kwamele ukuthi ichazeke njengoba injalo, and lama prices lokuthi level le report ko ingmalini awisusele emoyeni sithi phela ukuthengile unoma receipts kutaba stack tracer kanjalo nangabe ke kude serial number, so unfortunately the investigation can be negative.
The Public Accounts Committee continued with the audit queries touching on the Elections and Boundaries Commission. Reporting Samgalsiwe Koza and Tamba Shabangu, Parliament.
And moving on to sports, Nsingizini Hotspurs have jumped to second position of the MTN Premier League after their 1-0 victory against Green Mamba in a game they played at Simunye Stadium.
Spurs have increased their chances in the fight for the MTN Premier League in the current season after their 1-0 victory against Green Mamba in a game that played at Simunye Stadium on Wednesday afternoon. The two teams lined up on day 20 of the league in midweek clash, where Green Mamba was seated second on the log with 43 points ahead of third in place Nsingizini Hotspurs with 42 points. The first 45 minutes at the Simunye ground ended 0-0. In the second half, it took Nsingizini Hotspurs star Samburu Masoso Smelane with only 30 minutes to go to clinch a beautiful finish after receiving a ball from Neliswa Tiger Dlamini, which is the only goal in the game to give his side a lead that guaranteed them 3 points and jumped to second with 45 points with only 6 games to go in the remaining games of the league.
Just 6 games. We must fight. We are not we don't give up. We must fight. Let's fight until the last game.
It's a journey of 1,000 miles. So it begins with that step, and we have made the right step now to go to position 2. Now we need a little bit of discipline in everything that we do.
For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Simunye Stadium.
And we'll leave it here for tonight. Up next is the weather update from myself and the crew. Thank you for staying with us. Take care.
Shop millions in savings with Spar Rewards until 21 April. Plus, you could win your entire shop for free when you swipe your rewards card. Get 1 kg Spar Daily Fat Spread Tub for